I'm so bummed about this one, you guys. Hello friends, Ashley here with Crazy Brave Homeschool. If you're new to my channel, I'm homeschooling mom to a second grader and a TKer, and we are on our third year of homeschooling. In this video, I'm going to be revealing a big change yet again in our language arts. I'm so bummed about this one, you guys. As some of you know who've been following our homeschool journey, we switched to the McGuffy readers after trying out several programs. For my struggling reader, the program, if you're interested in what our reading journey has been like, I'll link my video in the description notes, giving you the whole rundown. But about, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, maybe a little more, we switched to the McGuffy readers to really like encompass all of our language arts, you know, our phonics, copywork, narration, spelling, grammar, you know, vocabulary, dictation, everything. And it was and it is going so well that it really breaks my heart to have to make this change. So here's what happened. I noticed that while the readings in the McGuffy primer that we're working on were going really well, like for instance, you know, I'll just kind of show you an example here. So we would work on, sorry for my nails. We would work on this reading here for, you know, maybe like 3 or 4 days. And we would cover all sorts of language arts within this one lesson. But what I was noticing is that while my daughter was reading this just fine, when she would be reading from one of her other like early readers, because, you know, we'll do some additional reading before bed every night, she was having a really hard time remembering what the phonics rule was that, say, she had previously learned in the McGuffy reader. So I was noticing that, for instance, if she had learned the rule IR, you know, in the word bird, that if she came across it again in, say, one of her early readers for like the word girl, she wouldn't remember what IR says, what the sound is. If she had seen the word bird, I think she would have. So, you know, I'm very new to phonics instruction. This is the first child that I've taught how to read. And I know some of you are probably going to say, well, yeah, sounds like she needs more phonics practice. And you're right, she does. What I realized is that any phonics rule she was learning out of these, it just wasn't enough practice. There weren't enough IR words for her to practice. And I was like kind of catching on to this and like using our companion notebook that I've talked about with this, where I would write down some similar sounding words for her to copy work from, but it just wasn't enough practice. And I'll tell you why I have kind of held off on doing a lot of that repetition with phonics, is that it's not really the Charlotte Mason way. And I'm still learning about her philosophy and her principles. But Charlotte Mason believed that kids don't need that kind of repetition with those very simple CVC words, that it's kind of dumbing them down. They just need to be introduced to great literature and living books, and that they can learn to read through sight, through memorization, through word building, and that sort of thing, okay? So that's what I really wanted to stick with, and that's kind of been our style here for the last, you know, couple of years. But my daughter is struggling, and I think some readers have it a lot easier. They catch on a lot quicker, but she's just not. And so you know, I've accepted that she really is a child that needs a lot more phonics instruction. She needs a lot more repetition. We also struggle with that too, because like she just hates that kind of repetition. There's some books that she's really had a hard time with. Teach Your Child to Read has some of that, and that almost broke us that book. And then Alpha Phonics, I briefly tried with her while I was waiting for this new program to arrive. And on the first lesson, you know, we got through it. It's a lot of repetition. But she was like, I want to burn that book. I'm like, oh my God. So, okay, so I have a new program. I am not stopping the McGuffies, but what I am realizing is that, first of all, we can still use these for our reading, like at night or in the afternoon. It's a great reader. It's great practice for her, and she likes these little stories. So we're going to continue using this daily. I am going to step back from all of the language arts instruction until she is more fluently reading. So I'm backing off of grammar. I'm backing off of any spelling. We're not going to do dictation right now anymore. I'm still doing some copy work, and we're still doing narration, but I need to get her reading. I really do. So I'll show you the program that I got. This is called Foundational Phonics, Word Mastery. There's 2 volumes in this curriculum program. This is book 2, Word Mastery. The first volume is book 1. It's about like letters and sounds, I believe, and then getting into early CVC words. So book 2 is definitely where she's at. I'm going to give a flip through of this. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'll just say a couple of things real quick. There's not a lot of this on YouTube. I don't know if it's that I just like refuse to take the common road and to just do all about reading or some very mainstream phonics program with her. And I just want these really unique programs that no one else is using. I don't know if it's that or if like this really just spoke to me. I mean, I really feel like this just like spoke to my heart, even though there's one YouTube video that I can find about it. Well, actually there's 2, but it's from the same person. And she was just raving about this program for her kids. And she really needed, so she was using the McGuffies, but she realized she needed more phonics practice, you know, same problem for us. And so she found this, and she said that this just really embraces that kind of vintage style, the wholesome writing, the lovely pictures and lovely stories that McGuffy's has, but with all of the phonics practice that it's lacking. She just said that out of all the curriculum she's used for her 2 kids, this is in the top 3. It built very strong readers for her kiddos. And I just really feel good about this as well. This is very open and go, you will see. It's a fat book. This is very fat. But we just started this 2 days ago. And because the early part is very simple, it's definitely review for her. She's beyond this, but again, I just really want to lay such a strong foundation for her since it has been a struggle. And we flew through the first 10 pages of this. So I think for each lesson, we're probably going to be doing 5 pages until it starts to get more difficult, and then we'll back off a bit. But so far, so good. I like that this is open and go. I like that it doesn't have a bunch of... I really like that it doesn't come with all the little pieces and say all about reading of all the just the activities and the cutting and the sorting and the organizing and the separate readers and just like
that book is really good.
Okay, good. So far, so good. It doesn't come with all those little pieces. It's not super childish. It's not really babyish, you know? So it has sort of that classic feel that the McGuffy's has, and I really like that. So we're gonna flip the camera around and I will show you the inside of this program. Okay, so apologies if you hear the vacuum. It'll just be on for probably another minute. Okay, Foundational Phonics Word Mastery. This is by Ariel Gunther Mount. This is the 3rd edition. I believe that the other YouTube videos I found on this was about the 1st and 2nd edition. So this is a really fat book, really, really fat. The paper's actually pretty thick. How many pages are in this? I mean, it's like over 400 pages.
Oh my god.
So I don't know how long this will take us, but I did realize that the first chapter was only going to take us about 10 days, and that's like 60 pages. So, and that's because we're busting out about 4 to 5 pages a lesson. But okay, so as you can see, it starts, really simple here. If we really wanted to skip this, we could, but I don't think we should. I think that we should just do the whole thing. So it gets into the short vowel sounds, silent E, and then different sounds of S, syllables.
I know the silent E.
Good, I know you do, honey. Consonant twins, couples, consonant blend teams. And then you will see, too, that it does have a little bit of grammar. So it hits some of these, which is just great, because I'm really... I love first language lessons, but I really just want to hold back on some of what we're doing just so we can focus on reading. So I'm happy that it does bring in some grammar. So I know that we're still...
How much days until Christmas? It's 14.
Right, 14 days till Christmas. Okay, so gets into some of these special sounds. And then it ends... other strange sounds, suffixes, and word endings. Okay, so definitely not, there's no way I could do a flip through of this whole thing because it would take forever, but I'm just gonna go through maybe the first couple chapters and then the last couple chapters. She gives you proper hand-holding instructions here for, handwriting. Okay, so chapter 1, so we started this yesterday. And as you can see, this is very much like the beginning.
It's really easy.
Yeah, the beginning lessons in the McGuffy primer.
I like it.
This is just review. What I like is that we have the phonics practice here. Okay, just be quiet, okay? I like that we have the phonics practice, but it's not overwhelming. It's just these. And then if we go on to the next page, it's just this small box. And then they have you read a sentence, and then you just choose 2 words from the box that she can write down. There's pictures that are coupled with each sentence on each page.
So then you get a little hint.
You do. And then you get these diacritical marks that the McGuffy readers also have, which I like. So that's really similar. I like that there's not a change there, that it's not something new to learn. And then, vowels, introduction. So then on this page, she actually has you write in the diacritical marks. And then just the same thing, read the words, the sentence, and then copy work. So that would have been one lesson. And then today was really similar. Really sweet little pictures, just like the McGuffies. Okay, so we did about 5 pages. And then as you can see, on day 3, tomorrow, we're going to be reading 4-letter words. So it starts off, real simple, but I can see that this will continue to get a little bit harder, get more challenging. No! And then here's a little grammar lesson here about periods.
I already know periods, guys.
Yep, you do. The reading got a little bit longer.
Oh no.
But this is just exactly where she needs to be right now. Again, this is review, but it builds confidence. And this is just really where we need to be.
It makes my brain mad.
Okay, so then we're getting into commas without punctuation. Okay, so this is all still chapter 1. Let's flip forward to...
This is a big chapter 1.
I know, but we're going to fly through it.
What was that? That's oh my god.
Wow, that's a cool picture.
That's fun.
So, all right, here we're getting into some 5-letter words. This is, page 65, but like I said, to get up to page 60 was only going to take us 10 lessons. So we're going to be moving through this pretty quick. We're getting into some 5-letter words here in chapter 2. Is it?
We're flying through it.
We're flying through it. We're reading some 5-letter words here. We're getting into some apostrophe.
Mommy is a baby horse called Fawn.
No, it's a colt.
Oh.
So chapter 2 is all about the silent E. Let's skip ahead to the middle.
Mommy,
Let's
don't
go.
take out the parts where I'm in it because I see lots of YouTube videos. Like
Okay.
what you watch.
Okay.
With kids in it.
So by chapter 7, we're halfway through here. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to like sit here and try to figure out how long this is going to take us to get through. But by chapter 7, you're reading definitely a bit more.
A bit more.
But even still, like Poppy, I really think that you could read most of this.
But wait,
But I just
not slack.
Good. Yeah.
This word is weird.
Slack. You just said it perfectly though in the first time.
I didn't know it said.
But this is what we need. Like we just need more of this phonics practice here. This is really where this program is at for us.
My brain's gonna get
Turn into a slug.
or
There's some
mad snake.
good punctuation here. That's what I really like about the McGuffies too. Cool. So consonant blend teams is where we're at with this chapter. Okay, so then let's jump ahead to like the end. So by chapter 11, we're almost at the end here. By the time we get to this though, Poppy, you're going to be reading that really easily.
Mama, that's almost like a chapter book.
No, you'll be just fine.
It's like a page of a chapter book.
Okay, so that's here. Let me keep going here. So that's like special C, story review. Oh, good. So there's like some narration, story review. That's great. Well, which you're fantastic at, Pop. And then here we're getting into some bigger words like produce.
And by the way, my name is not Pop.
Okay. Grocery, icicle. And then she squares, puts, a box around the sight words that don't follow the rule.
How much rather you play with Hello Neighbor? 2?
Okay, and then let's get to the very end here. Let's just see what the last chapter is like. So chapter 15, mute K, mute N. So I don't know where this is on par with like second grade reading. This might be right at the beginning of second grade reading is kind of what my feeling is about it, but that's just fine with me. My daughter's a very young second grader because her birthday's at the end of July. So I am totally fine with that. Okay, and then once you get to the end... Final mastery, milestone challenge. Have you mastered this book? Try these fun challenges. Oh, so then fill in the missing letters to solve the puzzle and find out the correct message on the next page.
Probably reading.
So, yeah, this is fun. Little end of the program challenge. And I really love this too at the back. You've mastered reading and completed book 2. Do you know that you have already read over 3,000 words? Isn't that amazing? Yeah, by the time you read this whole book, you'll have read 3,000 words.
That is crazy. What if we skip a page?
I guess it would go down a little bit. Okay, so I know that was a brief flip through, but as you can see, like it is pretty much the same thing again and again each lesson, and
Different kind of.
yeah, but I mean, it just gets a little bit more challenging, and that's perfect. I think this is really great for us. I think that my daughter, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Poppy likes things that are straightforward. Like, we do a lot of fun stuff in our homeschool, lots of crafts and everything, but I think when it comes to all the busy work of lessons, would you agree that you just want to know what you need to do so that you can get it done? Do you agree? Or would you want a lot of little like cutout gluing game activities to learn how to read? What do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, well.
Goodbye.
I'm really hoping that we don't need to go to All About Reading if this one doesn't work out. I hope that this is it, that we're not going to be buying anything else. And that after we get through that book, then we can just get back to our beloved McGuffies and continue doing language arts just this beautiful, simple way. All right, guys. So it feels a little devastating because I just really loved the program that we had going. It was just going so well. But I think it's going to be great. All right, follow along to find out. Bye.